just a small little hunting club basically is what it works out to. We lease a bunch of private ground and then sell memberships to our club, and that gets our members access to that private ground.
Late season, birds are a little scared, so gather all we can, stubble every strap, and see if we can stay hidden from them.
You know, they have dry fields, they have ponds, they have lakes, a lot of moist soil habitat, corn that they plant in the spring and then they flood come migration time. They really have properties that waterfowl will utilize from the start to the finish of the migration.
You know, one thing that a club member can take advantage of with our club is the fact that we're located so close to different hunting seasons for waterfowl. So, I mean, a guy can almost hunt 90 days if you time it just right, just on our club ground for waterfowl.
Met Levi Daniel via social media, so we made a point to get down there. It was the last weekend of Southern Missouri season, and we set up and head on down there. And he had a bunch of birds.
That was a fun one. That's a fun late season one right there. We found him on just a tiny little hole of water. The cover there was awesome. I mean, you really can't ask for anything more. The fescue grass was probably, I mean, it might have been 3 feet high. Everybody's blinds disappeared. I mean, everybody was absolutely invisible.
We got out there at a normal time, got the decoy set, and no more than we just finished up, and the first few birds started trickling in from really every direction. And these were the most vocal drakes I think I have ever heard. You could hear them whistling, you know, from a half mile out.
Got him.
My name's Levi Daniel. I own a company called C&L Outdoors, my wife and I do. We started 3 years ago. We're just a small little hunting club basically is what it works out to. We lease a bunch of private ground and then sell memberships to our club, and that gets our members access to that private ground. The reason we started was because we started a family, and I did not like taking my son on the public ground, so we started this. I've got a safe place to take him as well as our members have a safe place to take their kids as well. As far as waterfowl hunting goes, it varies by the property. For example, I have a 10-acre flooded cornfield that has a 6-man pit in it, and then we'll leave 3 or 4 dozen decoys in there. Some of the members will then bring their own decoys as well. Some of our properties don't have blinds just because the lay of the land doesn't allow us to. I have a pond, just a farm pond for example, that we kill quite a few ducks on, but it's done out of layout blinds. You've got to hunt it out of layout blinds, and then the members do have to bring their own decoys for that because there's nowhere to leave them out there. It's about 50-50 on the properties as far as providing decoys and blinds. If a blind can be put up on a property, if there's enough hide for it, we put the blind in. It's just easier for our members to just hop in a blind and hunt. than have to worry about finding a way to cover themselves up. The way all of our ground is reserved for our members, we have an online system that I had a programmer write for us. It's a state-of-the-art system. All of our maps, all of our property boundaries, all the stand locations, blind locations, everything that our member could need is on that system. So if they know that they're going to hunt Saturday, they log in on the system up to 2 weeks ahead of time, pick the property that they want to hunt, and then they put their name on the calendar for that day. And that ensures that them and then whoever they might have with them will be the only people on the property that day.
The whole concept about this hunt, it's a late season. I mean, it's the last weekend of southern Missouri season. So I mean, you're getting the tail end of the migration, if there's any migration at all, if it's not just the tail end of the birds that just happen to stick around. What we're going to do is we're going to hunt this farm pond over here. Yeah, there were a bunch of birds back there, but we're not going to throw the mother lode spread at them. I mean, we're going to sit there and we're going to throw our best looking decoys that we have, set them up to where it's not necessarily in a standard decoy position, something that they necessarily haven't seen all year.
Since we were on a hole where they're coming to, there was no need to call, really. Just a little chatter, a little feed, maybe a quack or two. Since they're coming there, there's, you don't need to get on a competition and just start hailing on it, but just simple, soft, simple. They're coming.
Late season calling, we keep it soft. We've got a double reed, it's the KES corn cutter, 2 reeds, it's really raspy. If we're going to see birds off in the distance, if they're coming at us, leave them be. Let them come, see what they're going to do. If they're going to turn and start to veer off, just hit them with something simple, something soft. They turn, they come, let them come. If they start to veer off again, hit them with that single quack or hit them with a real soft feeding chuckle. Late season, especially when the ice is on, if you've got a hole broke out, let that open hole and those few decoys you have out there do the drawing. Don't rely on your calling, let your decoy spread do the drawing. Really the soft, subtle calling applies anywhere. We were on a pond, it worked great here. It doesn't matter if you're on a river, you're in a field, even a timber hole. Keep it soft, keep it subtle, let your decoys do the work.
One thing that a club member can take advantage of with our club is the fact that we're located so close to different hunting seasons for waterfowl. We have middle zone properties in Missouri and southern zone properties in Missouri. So instead of just a 60-day season, you can extend it by 3 weeks, because you can hunt 3 weeks earlier in the middle zone and then come down to the south zone in Missouri and hunt. And then we also have properties in southeastern Kansas, which they have a 75-day season instead of a 60-day season. So I mean, a guy can almost hunt 90 days if you time it just right, just on our club ground for waterfowl. When my wife and I started this club, we started it so we could provide a place for people to hunt. We never thought of the benefits we would reap from the whole new group of friends we've acquired. I mean, we're still small. We have 30 members in our club right now. But I'm friends with all 30 of those guys, and I knew 2 of them before I started the club. Same thing applies to the members as well. Most of the guys didn't know each other before the club, and now they're duck hunting together as many days as they can during the season. So I take a lot of pride in the fact that it's a family-oriented club. C&L Outdoors, it's not just about waterfowl hunting. I mean, that's what we're out here doing today. That's the season we're in, but we also offer turkey hunting, deer hunting, fishing, camping. Basically, outdoor recreation, you come to us and we can provide the property to do it on. We had a very good deer season last year. We killed 8 deer over 130 inches last year, 2 in the 160s and 4 more in the 150s, and that's between Kansas and Missouri. So that just goes to show you that we're not all about waterfowling, although we do have some phenomenal waterfowl properties as well.
Late that season, you need to be on dot your T's, or cross your T's and dot your I's. God, I need some smart pills.
We might have to do this 17 different times.
That's good.
I haven't blown duck call well since duck season.